My question is, how important is performance in abstract art to the world, and how does it tie to the horrors and the unknowns? Let's start with square one. Abstract art has been around for about 100 years, give or take. Abstract art was kind of frowned upon when it first came out because no one understood it. No one understood why you wouldn't just display the actual world, because until abstract came out, that's how it was done. That's how art was done. Art was a depiction of real life and a display of what people do, where they are, how they do stuff. Regular everyday life was displayed. But then abstraction came along and people were like, why don't you just do the regular thing? Why are you doing something different? Abstract art offered an emotional escape, mystical realms, the ghostly realms. Everything that art didn't do, now was doing. Abstract art was fantastic. It was just abstraction. There was no one true meaning to it. There was no one true idea that this was displaying. It's an abstract piece of art. It could be displaying a million different things. Now, see, what's so important about abstract art is perspective. Now, I can walk up to this abstract art piece, say it's drawn by someone that was angry, but I look at it and I kind of get like a happy feeling out of it. That's the whole idea. Everyone sees an abstract piece of art in a different light. But if you took a regular piece of artwork that maybe was a family at the beach sitting on a towel, everyone would have their own little opinion about it, but it's a family on a beach sitting on a towel. There's no new way. It's just, what family is yours? What is your life like? Would your life ever be on a beach on a towel? That's a regular piece of art, but an abstract art gives emotion, gives feeling, gives all these different things that people could see, like 100 different views could see. If I walk in and see an abstract piece of art, I'll think different from the next guy that comes in, or the next guy, or the next person, or the next person, or the next person. Everyone's going to see it differently. That's why abstract art is so important, especially during unknown and horrors. Displaying emotions that people feel, or emotions that are killing people, but they just need to get it out. They need to like draw something. So they draw an abstract piece of art that gets it out and materializes this stuff. And we just look at it and we're like, wow, this is beautiful. Now I have an opinion, or he has an opinion. So it just, the list goes on. And the unknowns kind of slowly become knowns. Right? Because now you're looking at a piece of art that's in front of you, a physical object. So now you've taken whatever's inside of you and put it on a piece of paper. That's how it deals with unknowns. That's how it deals with emotions. That's how it deals with the ghostly realm. That's how it deals with death. All the unknowns of life can be displayed through abstract art, because abstract art doesn't have a true meaning. Only to the people that view it, it has it. Right? Only the people that look at this abstract piece has an opinion or an idea on it. And it stays that way. Never one true meaning. And that can help in displaying people's emotions, depression, sadness. That is what abstract art does for people and artists and people alike. People coming into the art studios looking at these abstract pieces of art and getting their own idea about it. And horror can be displayed through art and abstract performance and abstract art every day. Everything that they want to get out can get out. And that's why it's so important to the world. It keeps us sane. So whether it be during this time of COVID-19, most people will be doing some kind of form of entertainment, watching, doing, seeing, drawing, writing, so that they can keep themselves occupied, getting out what they need to get out in the form that they believe in. Journals. Journals could be considered an art form, because you're writing about everything. You're displaying your emotions. You're telling the book what's wrong, and you're materializing it. So abstract and performance art lets us materialize things that we can't, frankly, get out. We cannot materialize it. It's impossible. There are the unknowns and the horrors. Unknowns and the horrors of the world, we can't really tell unless we've experienced those certain horrors and those certain unknowns. Now, I've got a little bit of a performance that I put together to kind of show you horrors and unknowns and emotional patterns and kind of a mix of all that, and it answers the question a little bit because it's an abstract performance.
Well, let's take a journey to our friend Joey's house. This story begins with a proposition his boss gives him. He feels blue, he looks blue, and the only way he can keep his job is to smile.
Customers have been complaining about you. Maybe you should smile more. I mean, if you're unhappy at home, maybe smiling a lot every day would help you feel better.
Question was March 9th, my discussion leader with the video why abstraction and performance video on March 9th, and I used what makes things creepy on February 21st post for some of my information.